Hello again. Another golf video without any golf in it, sadly, because, well, I just haven't been able to get out there. Although I got out there once, but without the camera. I just wanted to work on my game, so the camera stayed at home. But I got some good news, I got some sponsorship news, and I started a new channel. And I've got 11 subscribers on it already. So let's start with golf. So I got out on Christmas Eve, we played 8 holes. We basically got thrown out of the house. It was get out my way, I'm preparing for Christmas Day, go and play golf or something. So that's basically what we did. And I had 8 holes and I was 3 over par, and it was so much better. What I've been working on here at home is simply my takeaway. So instead of me flipping my wrists like this, what I'm trying to do is have a slow, wide takeaway where I do nothing with my hands. If I slow it down enough, then I can get it away without doing this thing, which means the club face is pointing the right way, which means the ball goes straight. Isn't that amazing? It's Saturday tomorrow, or today when you're watching this. It's going to rain. I'm probably going to go to the range and just work on doing this thing instead of doing this thing. Now, my local range has just had top tracer fitted, and the balls have gone from £7 per 100 to £11 per 100. That's an increase of 57%. So guess what? I'm not going there. I never will. Sorry, you just lost a customer. I'll go to one of the others that just allows you to hit your ball and see the ball flight with your own eyes rather than looking at a TV screen. I don't need a TV screen. I can see the ball. Anyway, how to lose your thread in 2 easy moves. Right, so the good news. The good news is, after 9 weeks of deliberation, the company's come back to me and they've said, you can keep doing your job here at home in my little orifice. I don't have to travel anywhere, I don't have to learn something new, and I don't have to retire. Now, I could have just about afforded to retire should they have forced that upon me, but it was going to be a bit of a narrow squeak. So I can keep going, and by keeping going I'm getting full pay. I have overtime should I wish to do it, which means I've got money to do things, go places and buy things, so I can keep going to Thailand. And that's really important to me. I don't want to go to Spain or Portugal. I know many of you love going to Spain or Portugal for a long weekend or something and 3 or 4 rounds of golf. It doesn't appeal to me. Until I'm broke, and then I'll probably do that. But while I've got money in my pocket, I'm going to stick with the exotic holiday. So to that end, in November, I'm off for 3 weeks to Thailand. What part of Thailand isn't exactly chiselled in stone yet. I may go to one place for 3 weeks, I may go to 2 places, I may even go to 3 places, I don't know. One priority for me is to seek out Golf Sidekick and go have a knock with him and have a laugh and have a chat and buy him a round of golf at somewhere expensive, because I owe him that at least for what he did for me. So while I can stay in full employment, I can do things, and that is really, really good news. Before I get onto the sponsorship, I'll tell you about my new channel. So I've been building a model railway layout, and I've put out 2 videos so far. They're going out once a fortnight. If it's something that you're interested in, then look me up, Engage on a Shelf. Here's the banner, the links are below, and go help me out if you like. I'm not expecting that to really take off. I'm not bothered if it does or it doesn't. But it does at least give me a record of what I'm doing while I'm doing it. Now the sponsorship news. Now if you own a YouTube channel, your email address is quite visible and ready available to anyone who wants to look at it. And you do get unsolicited emails. So the first one I got some time back was, it was a 1-paragraph email. There was no company header, there was no name, there was no address, there was no contact details. What it basically said was, if you buy our golf bag off Amazon and give it a 5-star review, we will pay you back the cost of the golf bag plus $25. Delete. Then I got a second one, which was head covers. Again, no contact information, nothing. No company header. Delete. Third one I got was, if you embed our video into your video, we will pay you some money. But again, there was no company header. There was no name, no phone number, no address. There wasn't even an idea what the product was that they were trying to sell. And with no information that I can do research on, delete. Now I got a suggestion, why don't you call Mizuno and see if they will sponsor you. I can't remember who made that suggestion. Was it Berry? I think it was probably Berry. He's a nice guy and that's the kind of suggestion he would make. So I sat on that for a little while and I thought, oh yeah, why not? So I dropped them an email. I told them who I was, what I do, about my YouTube channel, my handicap, and that I'd been a customer for 32 years, and could you give me any help? I didn't go in like a bull at a china shop with a shopping list saying I would like this, this and this, can you give them to me for free? I just said, can you give me some help? So I got an email back saying, we've got enough club testers that we give free gear to, thank you very much. I thought, well, I didn't say that I was a club tester. So I wrote back, I said, I'm not a club tester. I will go out with a set of old Mizuno gear if something falls into my lap, but I'm not a club tester. And I'm a little surprised that you swept 32 years a customer under the carpet so quickly. Now they wrote back and said, oh yeah, thank you for being a customer, but you're not a person of influence, so we're not going to give you any help. Fair enough. I left it. But there was a part of me that was thinking, I bet I've been a customer longer than you've been an employee. I bet I'll stay a customer in the future. And I bet if you were offered more money to switch jobs, that you wouldn't be as loyal as I've been. And then that made me think about influencers, really. What influence do they actually have? You know, if you are one of those top YouTubers who are getting given free gear all the time, you change your bag every year. Every year there's a excuse me. Every year there's going to be a video with what's in my bag for this year, and there'll be a new driver and a new 3-wood and a new set of irons and a new putter, and they show no loyalty whatsoever, these influencers. They'll have Callaway one year, TaylorMade the next, then Ping. So wouldn't somebody who's a customer for 32 years be of more influence than someone who changes their bag at the drop of a hat, or rather the drop of a cheque on the doormat through the letterbox? Just a thought. Then of course I got another email. I got an email from Go Sport, and a quick look will find that they are a Chinese company, which isn't a problem because everything's made in China now. If you've got TaylorMade, Ping, Titleist, Mizuno, Cleveland, Srixon, somewhere along the line, either China's made it or China has assembled it. They're involved in everything, so it doesn't bother me that it's a Chinese company. And we exchanged a number of emails, and we basically felt each other out to see where we were, and they asked me if I would like to test their rangefinder. And I said yes, I would. Now I did actually say, well look, I'm a small channel, you're only going to get 400 views, maybe 500 views, or it might even accumulate to 1,000 views over a year. I said, but you're not going to get much exposure from me, you're not going to get very many sales from me. And they basically said, it doesn't matter, we want to go ahead. We want exposure in the UK. Perhaps they're talking to several people, and I was the first person to say, yes please, I don't know. Perhaps other people turned them down, I don't know, and I don't want to know. So they sent me the rangefinder. I didn't really give it a fair test. I tested it on all the worst case scenarios, and it performed just as well as the one that I own. So I was quite happy with it. But as I've got one, I actually handed it off to my younger son. You see, part of the email chain that we had, I said, well, how do I send this back to you? Where do I send it to? And they quite simply said, well, it's second hand. Once you've opened the box, we can't sell it, so you keep it. So that was a freebie. Now since then we've exchanged a lot more emails because they are getting into more and more golf products, and they've basically said, we've got some things here that we want to send to you and for you to review on your channel. And when they show their faces, because obviously China is having a few problems at the moment with the old virus. Once they are back into full capacity production, I'm expecting some things to turn up. Now, my latest email on this thing, they've actually sent me a shopping list. What would you like? So there's a number of small everyday golf items. Now I'm not going to be greedy, I'm not going to say, oh, send me one of everything. I'm not like that. But there will be some things in the future coming from Go 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 Sport, and they're going to appear on the channel, and I get to keep them. So that is sponsorship. I'm not paid anything, I don't get a commission. There's likely to be a link to their website saying, if you want to buy this, go to this website, here's an extra 10% off. Whether you do or not is entirely up to you. But if you do, I won't be collecting a commission on that, I won't be paid for that. But it gives me something slightly different to do. And as it happens, one of the products that they are going to send me in the future, I do actually need. It is a much needed item, and we'll talk about that when it shows up. So that's as close as I've got to sponsorship, really, getting a few freebies out of Go 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 Sport, and I hope to return their favour by doing a good video for them. Certainly try a little bit harder than the video. I think my son's home, although there's a knock on the door because the dogs are barking. Don't need a doorbell when you got dogs, do you? Anyway, so range tomorrow, playing Sunday, Monday. Now, all the tee times are booked solid with 4 balls, which makes it very difficult for me to film. So what I'm going to do Sunday, I'm not going to film. I'm going to use that as an opportunity just to play golf, see how it's going, and get on that first step of the ladder to improving my game. And then on the Monday, I keep forgetting it's New Year, isn't it? So on the Monday, I'm going to actually record, come what may, hopefully get 2 films out of that. And then as January proceeds, get back into the habit of filming and recording. And I've got a lot of ideas, a lot of things on the back burner that I need to do. But unfortunately some of them will have to wait until the beginning of April when we are on proper mats. So that's my good news. That's my sponsorship news, and that's my new little channel if you want to go pay it a visit and help me out if you're into model trains. And it starts right at the first video, right at the beginning, with an empty room and a baseboard constructed. Quite a large table actually, and being N gauge, it's small. Very small items is N gauge. It's basically 2mm to the foot. The track is 9mm wide, which means that my layout, the full loop, is actually a scale 1.1 miles. Anyway, that's what I've been doing when I've been stuck in here, when it's been snowing or raining or blowing a gale or all three, and not being able to play golf. I've been spending my evenings and my weekends up in the bedroom messing with trains. That's it for now. So hopefully the next thing you see on this channel will actually be some golf. Cheerio.